Welcome back into Legion Field. A fresh 12 on the clock here for the fourth quarter as we're about to get it underway. Windsor with the ball at the 37-yard line. The give goes to the middleman. Nobody knows who has the football. Blockers out, and the Wizards are able to move the ball to the 27 or the 20-yard line. A pickup of 17 there. But Sanger might have kept the football on that play.
Yeah, he did a really good job. He faked the dive, came around the corner. The Fort Morgan defensive end was out covering the pitch, and Sanger just went right off the edge, off tackle, up for a nice 15-yard run. 17, sorry.
Sanger again will turn. This time he will pitch it to Schmidt, who comes to the near side, dodges it inside. He's met there by Miranda and Cody Davis. Check that, TJ Schneider for the Mustangs. Call that a pickup of 3 and a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, now Windsor seems to have the momentum. If they can go down here and score a touchdown, it's really going to let the air out of Fort Morgan's sails. Fort Morgan defense needs to put up a stand.
Windsor inside the red zone here as they're now moving from left to right. So they're trying to score on the south end zone here at Legion Field. Two men spread wide. Sanger will turn and give the ball to Schmidt, who dances his way off the right side. He'll be met there by a few tacklers, but not before getting across the 15 to the 12 of Mustang territory.
Windsor doing a better job this drive of spreading the ball around to several carriers.
Oh, they'll give him the 12-yard line. That was right. And it'll be a 2nd and 2 play. Check that, 3rd and 2. As they need the 10-yard line, do the Wizards for the first down. Sanger again sends a man in motion. That's Hooley. He'll turn, keep the ball himself, run off the left side, and untouched into the end zone goes Sanger. So a 12-yard touchdown run there by Sanger. And Windsor extends their lead back to 20.
Yeah, it looks like maybe that play has got Fort Morgan's number. They run the dive up, and he just kind of hangs out behind the pile. The end and the corner are coming up and stopping the pitch man, and he just takes it around end and gets some yards.
Ellens puts the PAT up and through. And we are now 27-6 with 10:05 showing on the clock here in the fourth quarter. You're listening to Mustang Football on B106 and B106.com. Mustang Football brought to you by Northern Colorado Title. For all of your title needs, visit Tim Weimer at Northern Colorado Title at 205 West Kiowa in Fort Morgan. 10:05 on the clock. Windsor leads 27-6 here at Legion Field in the fourth quarter. Ellens, the kicker for Windsor, has the ball teed up at the 40. Two men deep to receive. Pineda and Davis. High end-over-end kick that'll be fielded by Pineda at the 15. He'll come to this near side now. Dodges a tackler. Dodges another tackler. Has some space. He's across the 35 to the 40 to this near sideline. He'll be pushed out of bounds at the 46-yard line. We'll see a flag for unnecessary roughness. As I expected, he was on his way out of bounds, was Pineda, and an extra push by Tyson Jacques, the senior for Windsor, will probably add to the already good return by Pineda.
Yeah, he did a really good job of coming up the middle and then at the right time cutting it out to the outside, switched the ball to his outside hand as he was going out of bounds, and the Windsor defender just in frustration gave him a final push.
So the dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike against Windsor, as the referee has to double check. After the mark-off, we'll see where they spot the football. I believe it's a 15-yard variety, so the ball will go all the way down to the 40-yard line of Windsor territory. Well, how is that for a turn of events? A huge penalty there.
Just when Windsor thinks, they score a touchdown to kind of put this thing out of hand, they give Fort Morgan the ball with only a 40-yard field to score. If Fort Morgan can get this in, hold them on a 3-and-out and get another touchdown, we're down to a 1-touchdown game with maybe 4 minutes left in the game.
We see Fitzsimmons go in motion in the big backfield. He'll get the pitch from Martins. He'll go around the far side, get back to the line of scrimmage, and fall forward as he will pick up about a yard or two. We'll call it 2 yards, and it'll be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, that's Fitzsimmons' only second run of the game. He doesn't seem to be as big a part of the offense as he was earlier, with the emergence of Alexander and Miranda as the workhorses.
They do only give him a yard on that carry, so 2nd and 9 here from the 39-yard line. Anderson spread to this near side. Fitzsimmons in the backfield. Miranda there as well as Pineda. Spread to the far side. Can't quite tell what that number is. Pineda comes in motion this time. Miranda gets the give, goes through the middle of the line, trying to move the pile. That took 5 Windsor tacklers to bring down Jose Miranda that time.
Yeah, that was a hard 1-yard gain for Miranda, and he's slow to get up off the bottom of that pile.
Everybody's slow to get up from that give there. Picks up a yard on that, and it'll be a 3rd down play, but not before Harrison Chisholm calls a timeout. So when we come back, a 3rd and 8 play. This timeout brought to you by Edwards Right Price Market and Flowerland, located at 1201 East Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. Stop by and get what you need to refuel on game days. You're listening to Mustang Football on B106 and B106.com. Welcome back inside Legion Field as the Mustangs face a 3rd and 8 play here from the 38-yard line of Windsor territory. Check that, the 37-yard line of Windsor territory. Coming out of the timeout, Yuli Hernandez checks into the game on as a wide receiver now. 3 men in the backfield for Martins. One of them comes in motion. That's Pineda. The fake handoff now, trying to set up the screen. Martins in big trouble, sacked all the way back at the 45-yard line of his own territory. So a huge loss that time of 18 yards. On the sack will bring up a 4th down and long. So any shot that you had thinking about maybe going for it on 4th down, taken away after the sack.
Yeah, that was a huge defensive play. There were 2 defensive players for Windsor that were pretty much on top of him when he turned from his drop back to look downfield.
4th and 24, 2 men deep as Zwedzig is in to punt. Nice snap. Almost blocked that time. Zwedzig gets off a beauty of a punt. Drives Cox all the way back to the 10, where he'll be able to elude a bunch of tacklers for Fort Morgan. Look out. Down to the 40-yard line before he's upended is Cox. He does a good job of getting through 4 or 5 Mustang tacklers, would-be tacklers, and getting the ball all the way to the 40-yard line, a return of 30 yards there to set up Windsor here. With 7:42 remaining in the game.
Fort Morgan's hopes of coming back and winning this ball game slowly draining away. If they can get a 3-and-out, maybe get Windsor to pass and incomplete a couple times and conserve the clock, they might help their cause.
Ball spotted at the 39-yard line, and again, Fort Morgan will take a timeout as I believe they have a little bit of personnel issues. I only count 10 men out there on the field, as there might be an injury to somebody that's limiting some playing time. This timeout brought to you by Edwards Right Price Market and Flowerland, located at 1201 East Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. Stop by and get what you need to refuel on game days. We'll keep it here as Windsor is looking to get going here on this possession.
Now we got 11 out there. I don't know who was out.
I'll tell you what, we're seeing some interesting things here as Fitzsimmons now has checked in on defense. I'm not seeing anybody being tended to on the sideline for Fort Morgan, so maybe just some issues as Sanger will run the option this time, toss it to Schmidt to this near side. He'll be caught, wrapped up by Fitzsimmons, so he gets in and makes an immediate impact on the game.
That was a great defensive play by Fitzsimmons coming up. He was about 10, 15 yards deep, covering his receiver, and when he saw his run, he closed quickly and kept it from going for even further.
A gain of 8 by Schmidt brings up a second down. And a short 2, long 1. Sanger taking his time in the huddle. They're going to try to waste as much time as possible as this Windsor offense. 3 men bunched to this near side. The give goes, no, the fake. As Sanger hangs on to it, he'll be wrapped up and tackled, but he'll gain the first down and cross into Fort Morgan territory. And the ball will be spotted at the 47-yard line for Windsor.
Yes, that same play where he fakes the dive, and Fort Morgan is keying on the pitch man, and he just follows his crowd around the edge. Sanger, a tough running junior. We'll probably see him again next year.
27-6, our score here at Legion Field as Windsor leads Fort Morgan. 6:40 and counting in the fourth quarter. 2 men to this near side, 3 men in the backfield. Schmidt comes in motion. Sanger will keep it himself, and he's got the 40 to the 35 and is finally brought down from behind as he crosses the 30-yard line. A gain of 15, and it'll be another first down.
Yeah, he's running hard, and he's holding on to that ball with both hands as the Fort Morgan defenders are starting to try and rip that ball out as he goes by.
We'll give him 17 on that carry. As you're right, Kevin, Sanger's been able to kind of keep the Mustang defense at bay, and now the rain starts to come down again. As the give this time will go to Hooley. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage and pick up a couple yards after that. Rain really coming down now.
Yeah, that cold front that went through yesterday kicked up a lot of wind here in Fort Morgan. I happened to be up in Breckenridge. It was beautiful waking up to the sun rising on snow-capped mountains. It's not going to be long before Old Man Winter's here.
And with this rain coming down and the score the way it is, with the time where it is as well, the Fort Morgan faithful starting to head for drier conditions as Sanger again will keep it himself. Get to about the 25-yard line, and it'll be 3rd and 5.
Yeah, the umbrellas are popping up on the other side. The Windsor fans must have read the weather report and knew it was coming.
5:09 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Mustang football brought to you by West Tech Rentals. Whether you're a contractor or a homeowner, West Tech Rentals is your source for rental equipment and landscaping materials. Sanger will pitch this time to the left side, and there's some room there for the running back for Windsor. Hooley again. He'll pick up the first down and then some. Down to the 11-yard line.
Nice scamper of 14 yards in the waning minutes of the game. Windsor just having their way with the Fort Morgan defense at this point.
The showers that were overhead us now are finally, I think, making their way to the Windsor sideline, as it just seems to be one cloud that is dumping rain here at Legion Field and moving pretty well. Sanger will turn and hand off to Dresser this time, who will pick up a good chunk of yards. Down to the 5. It'll be second down.
Looks like they might be able to get a first down if they get it down to about the 1-yard line.
Yeah, the half-yard line looks to be where they need to get it. So a first down is pretty much what they need. They need a touchdown to get a first down. So for Windsor here, looking to move to 5-1 on the season and 1-0 in league play. The give goes to Schmidt through the middle of the line. He'll get past the 5 down to the 4.
Again, Windsor just spreading the ball around everybody. You know, Chisholm's going to have to work this week on building on the positives again. Again, the positives that this is a good team like Roosevelt and Brush, but a team that they managed much better to play a much closer game than they did in either of those two.
And last week, really uncharacteristic for what we've seen out of this Windsor team. They gave up 322 pass yards and 3 touchdowns through the year on on defense last week, and that's just not what this Windsor team is expected to do. As Schmidt again gets the carry and is wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage, bringing up a 4th down.
Yeah, good job of fighting through the block and getting to Schmidt right as he got the ball.
So we'll see what Chris Jones elects to do here, the head coach for Windsor. And Windsor is going to go for it, so making a statement here is Windsor, trying to let the rest of the league know that we are for real. We're going to score. Singer keeps it himself, goes up, gets, it's going to be close. The referees blow the clock dead. Singer's going to be close to the first down. He didn't get into the end zone, but he'll be close to the first down on the 4th and 4 play.
Yeah, it's hard to tell from this angle, but I'm thinking that he might just be a half a yard short.
Now it looks like, Kevin, you're going to get to plug the volunteer firefighter department again.
Not only do they come and rescue you when your house is on fire, but they help out the Fort Morgan Sports Program by running the chain gang.
Oh, and by the looks of it, they're going to be just short. Fort Morgan's defense holds. And it'll be first down, but a long way to go and not much time to do it. 2:41 showing on the clock here. And the Mustangs will start this drive at the 3-yard line of their own territory.
Well, what was it against Cincinnati? Or no, I guess it was Cleveland that John Elway got in the huddle and told them we're going all the way. And, that drive took them on into the Super Bowl. Let's see if Martins can have the same magic in his backfield or his huddle.
Not a shot at Martins at all, but he is not John Elway. John Elway was a very good quarterback. Martins turns, hands to Alexander, who is running hard again, gets across the 15, down to the 16, 17-yard line, picks up the first down. So already out of the shadow of their own goal line, the rain coming down hard again.
Yeah, it almost appears like Windsor is expecting Fort Morgan to just lie down and die with under 3 minutes to go and 97 yards to the end zone. Although across the field, Windsor coach has most of his starters in a big huddle over there talking to them, so maybe there's some JV kids for Windsor out there right now.
The give again to Alexander. He comes off the near side of the line. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a 2nd and 10 play now.
And the rain seems to continue to come down.
I tell you, though, Kevin, it seems like it's only coming down on the field. The track on this near side here is dry, as Martins will pitch to Alexander on the far side. He'll lose yards on that play.
And the cheerleaders throwing pink footballs. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and at Fort Morgan, the volleyball game last week, they had the pink night, and tonight Fort Morgan football is commemorating that battle against breast cancer.
So a 3rd and 12 play here for the Mustangs. Anderson to this near side. Alexander in the backfield. The rain really coming down now. I can see it. Martin's looking to throw. He's got a man open. That is Schneider, who makes the catch. He's down to the 32-yard line, and that's good enough for the first down. So Martin's finally connecting on his first pass.
TJ Snyder, the senior, was between two defenders. They squeezed that in, and he got the ball, and it's a nice play.
Schneider with his second catch, his first one coming last week. Martin slips a little bit as, again, he's looking to pass. Well overthrows his intended receiver in Pineda on the far sideline. But that will stop the clock.
And the rain doesn't really look like it's coming down like a summer rain. It almost looks like a snow, kind of a misty rain. Certainly reminds us that, again, fall is coming.
Mustang football brought to you by Bijou T-Quest. Stop by 302 Main Street in Fort Morgan. Letter jackets, T-shirts, banners, and more. They're also your local experts customizing your team's sports apparel. 1:03 showing on the clock here in the fourth quarter as Martin looks back Drops back to pass. He's got Fitzsimmons, and it'll be intercepted again by Cox. He'll be brought down by Fitzsimmons at the 30-yard line. I'll give him forward progress, I guess, even though he wasn't moving forward, where he intercepted the ball at the 34, just shy of the 35-yard line. So Martins throws another interception, and that will seal the game for the Wizards.
Yeah, Fort Morgan making a good effort to stay with this potent Windsor defense, but I think when they look at the film, they'll find some positives to build on, but they're also going to be struck by how many opportunities they squandered and gave away.
So Windsor will kneel to run out the clock. Dips under 50 seconds. Mustang football brought to you by Insurance Connection. Whether it's health, life, or dental insurance or Medicare supplements, see Sharon Kaufman at Insurance Connection.
Well, Windsor's got to travel next week to, I guess they're home hosting Sterling, who hasn't done much this season. Fort Morgan, you and I, Alex, will be meeting up in Greeley at Northridge for a second league game, and certainly should be one that the Mustangs can manage and win and get a good road victory again. With
another kneel down there, the teams will head to their respective sidelines, and the clock will run out as Windsor will keep Fort Morgan from winning here at Legion Field. 27-6, the final score. The clock has hit zeros, and that is a final score, 27-6. Mustang football brought to you by Equitable Savings and Loan, Northeast Colorado's hometown savings and loan in Fort Morgan and Brush. Stick with us. We'll have a post-game report here for you at Legion Field as the Mustangs fall 27-6 to Windsor. We'll be right back. You're listening to Mustang football on B106 and B106.com.